Okay, so there's a lot of free resources out there for Sketch or even Apple or even for Photoshop and Illustrator. Okay, so if you're going to use Photoshop and Illustrator for a template or a wireframe, you can just go and search. Just go to Google and type in, Illustrator. No, if we can spell Illustrator right. Illustrator wireframe template. You can download from variety. This website's pretty good. They have a couple templates here. The Speckly Boy one. This one has a whole bunch of them as well, and this one. So I've used each one of these websites before. These are templates, so you can download the templates here. And you can see mostly in black and white because we're talking a wireframe, and in the wireframe you want to avoid using the color. At this point, I don't want you to use color at this point, just use black and white. Again, there's a variety of different ones that you could use. Some are better than others. And so if you click on it, I don't know where it's going to take me. They might want you to sign up. It depends. With this one, I've used a fake account where you put in, Bill at Microsoft.com, and then you put in last name Gates, and then you put first name should be Bill. Okay, and then this is Bill at Microsoft.com. So again, this is, I believe this website doesn't require you to go into your email and do that. So a lot of these forms that you use, you can get by without having to give them your information. You can just give them some bogus information and still be able to download the stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, I forgot the CAPTCHA. Oh. Oops. Password is not of this world. I can't. Whatever, you get the idea. Whatever. So maybe this one, there's a whole variety. So the ones I found for Sketch are here. These ones you don't need to sign up. You could just go there and download it. See it right here. So this one is pretty good. If you just go and download it, it'll download as a zip file. So you can find some free ones. Once you download them, you can. Where's my downloads folder on this computer? I've lost it. Again, it'll download as a zip file, and you can uncompress it. And once it's uncompressed, then this is a sketch file. And that sketch file has all the pre-made stuff in it. And you just open it up in Sketch. And you'll see you have a variety of buttons. You have a variety of checkboxes that you can use. You have the little people person and all that stuff right here. Okay, so how can you use this? How can you use this? Well, usually I just leave this alone and start with my own screen by using insert artboard. And so in the artboard, let's say I'm making an app for a phone. Let's say I'm using the iPhone. What's the iPhone there? iPhone 8 Plus. So then I could start with an 8 Plus. I didn't want to change that. I didn't want to change the artboard. I want to make a new artboard. So let's make a new artboard, insert artboard, and let's do an iPhone, what did I say, 8 Plus. Okay, so here's my 8 Plus screen right here. And maybe that's my login screen, and so I can change the name here. This mouse is killing me here. This is my login screen. Okay, so you also have symbols that are already built in there. Do you see them right here? So there's symbols right here. So how I would use these templates that I've already downloaded is I tend to copy and paste much more than I would. So if you go to page 1 right here, this is all the stuff right here. If you're going to use these pre-made artwork that I already have here, the easiest way to do it is to go and copy and paste. So maybe you want to use the button or the login with Facebook and so on, these ones right here. You can just double click on them and it goes into it. Then once you're in there, you'll notice you have the actual options here. See how I roll the mouse over this? So let's say you want to use the Facebook button right here. I would copy that, Command C on the keyboard. I will go back to my login screen and I'll paste it in there. Right? Do you see that? But that only got the text. I needed the whole button. I didn't do that right. Let me go back. Where is my? I want to do the whole button. Where's the Twitter button? Can I get this whole Twitter button? Copy. Paste. There we go. So here's my Twitter, log in with Twitter, and so on. Let me zoom in so you can see. So again, you can just copy and paste from the other content here and then put it into your content. So that's a quick, easy way. Maybe if it's an RSS feed, maybe you want the button. You can click on the button itself there, and you can copy that as well, and then go back to your page and paste it in there. So, if you're using these templates, you can either open them up. There is ways to insert items as well. As you can see, they're over here, and you can insert them inside here. You can see they all show up underneath here as well. It's under Insert. Here's some elements here, and it has pretty much all the elements that you imported. So you got back arrows and so on. So really, your goal here is to just use the content that's already. There's a video player one, look right there, and so on. So really,
Could you show that again? How you got this button on Twitter and
So again, on the website, there's a whole bunch of different kits, right? So this was one from there. I linked it up there. This is a simple wireframe kit resources. There's a whole bunch of them here, so you can choose which one you want to try. Again, this one seems a little simpler right here. This one's simpler than the first one. You just download it. It'll save it on your computer, right? And of course, it goes to the downloads folder. If I can find my downloads folder, and then you can put it on your desktop. Usually it's a zip file, right? Unzip it, and it'll give you a sketch file. But you can also get a Photoshop file as well as an Illustrator file. In fact, if you want, the actual Apple gives you one because you're using Apple, right? Or not Apple. I mean, you're using Adobe, right? Yeah. Okay, so instead of getting the sketch one here, you can go to Google, okay, and I would type in if you're doing like an Apple iOS, right? Go to Apple interface Photoshop templates. Okay, and if you go there, you can download the font. You should have San Francisco on your computer, right? And then here they are right here. Download for Photoshop. See, it's 529 megabytes of stuff. And Adobe XD, maybe you're using that. There's 81 megabytes of stuff. So just download that onto your computer. Or download the Photoshop one onto your computer. And most likely it's just a big file with a bunch of content that you can copy and paste like I was doing in Sketch. So again, in Sketch, usually what I do is I would open them up. So for this one, let me close this one. So for Sketch, you'll notice so for the Sketch one here, this is the new one I just downloaded. I open it up. Okay, this is an older version of Sketch. So, or no, this is an older version. The first one worked though, you saw that, right? So all I did was open it up. I don't know what happened to that one. Was this the first one? Yeah, here you go. So again, when you open them up, even if you open the template up in Photoshop, you got the same thing, is you can copy and paste between them. So so again, double click on it and you'll get a group. See, group, that's a group. You can easily copy that and then make your own page. And again, I was using a artboard, and you can use your iPhone Plus, and then you can paste right in there. So you have your content. Put it where you want, that kind of thing. So here's how you do the Photoshop one. So here's the Photoshop one. Apple Design Resources for Photoshop right here. You can open it up. And you have a variety of UI elements most likely right here. Do you see them? So they have templates. Here's the UI elements. If you open them up, it'll give you basically elements. Again, this is color though. We don't have the font. That's why they told you to update the San Francisco. It probably doesn't have, this computer doesn't have it. But they also have UI elements right here. Again, to use them, they're in groups. So if you want, you can select the pieces. Some things aren't designed properly. I don't like some of the things, but you can see you have layers, things that are in layers here, and you should be able to copy them. Yeah. I don't like using things like this, but whatever. I'd have to go through and see how they built that, but there is a way to get the content out. Okay, we're running out of time here. Let's quickly let me stop.